What's up, guys? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Today, I'm not going over charts and I'm not doing any TA. I'm getting back to the basics and we're going to talk about rules to trading. My rules to how I trade and why they're important to me. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about it. Alright guys, so when I first started this channel, my first video, I talked about how I liken playing competitive poker to trading. Now I played poker for income in the past. I got burned out on the hours and hours and hours of grinding tournaments and grinding cash games. And it was something I no longer really enjoyed doing, so I stopped doing that. But the rules apply very similarly. Rules that you would use for playing poker are close enough in what you would use for trading. My first rule is bankroll management. Now there's a 10% rule in poker. If you have a $1,000 bankroll, you will never enter a tournament with more than a $100 buy-in. You never buy in with more than 10% of your total bankroll. If you have a $1,000 bankroll, you never buy into a cash game bigger than a $1, $2 blind, buy in with $100 and play the 1-2 games. You wouldn't play a 10-25 game for $700. You wouldn't risk that much of your total bankroll in a single game. That being said, I apply that same rule to trading. I apply a 10% rule for anything, or 10% rule for anything over $500. Now, if you are starting small and on a smaller account, and you are entering $100 total, I would do 25%. I would do $25 per trade. And I would never have 100% out, because you always want to have that opportunity to pick up another trade if something just really stands out and is just prime ready to go and you know that it's there. So with that being said, I have to be better at following my own rules, because I definitely have not managed my bankroll properly. My bankroll has grown and now I can do 10% on closer to $500 as opposed to 25% on 100. The second rule, and this one is again another rule that applies both to trading and similarly in poker. You have to accept small losses. The name of the game is risk management. You accept small losses and you get out of the situation at a small loss, because putting your money somewhere and having it go down and saying, I'm not going to sell at a loss, I will wait it out. And there are a lot of people who call themselves traders and say, I will never sell at a loss. Your money, you are losing more by having your money tied up and not making any money. The time it takes for you to get back to break even, to just break even, you could have taken 90% of that and put into another trade and made 60% profit or 50% profit. The time that you're not making money is just as important as the potential money that you could be losing. Now, when you set a proper stop loss, yes, you will get stopped out. It will happen. But your time will not be wasted in a trade that's not making you money. You could make money on it and you could make your 70%, but if you had to stay in an extra 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get that percentage, how many more trades could you have done in those 2 to 3 weeks? Could you have had 2 separate trades in that time making 50 or 60% instead of that one for 60 or 70? All these numbers, you have to average everything out. You have to keep an even keel and understand that small losses happen. You get out of a hand to look for a better hand. You don't have to play everything out 100%. You don't have to play everything out to the end. If you no longer have prime position, get out. You have to know your position, know where you're at, and get out if you have to get out. I am going to look at this chart because I will show you a mistake that I made, and this is on HNT, and it was a horrible mistake. At first, because I saw the chart while I was on the road. I wasn't driving, but I was in the passenger seat on my phone app. And the app, I can't use Fibonacci levels. I can't see and draw support resistance lines. So I need to just stop looking, other than just looking at what I'm already holding, not be looking to buy on my phone app. Not unless I already have something preset and I know this is where I'm going to be. I know this is a percent, or this is a spot where I want to buy, this is a price I want, or this is a level that I want, and I already know that level in my head. This candle here, this super long sell down, this was the Saturday the 17th. I saw this sell all the way down and buy all the way back up, and it made this hammer formation. Now, I didn't know what was going on. It was about an hour before the close of the market, or the close of the day. It was like 7 p.m. and it got up like here. I bought at like 1560 or 1550. I bought at level here, and then it came up and it dropped all the way down the very next day. It dropped 2 levels. So I made 2 mistakes here. One, I FOMO'd and I impulse bought on the road with no knowledge, no support resistance lines, no nothing. I saw a candle that I thought was a trigger and paid no mind to anything else. I bought in the middle of 2 levels. Again, it came through the 61.8, the 50, the 38.2, and I bought in the middle of the 38.2 and the 23.6. There's no way this sits here. Nothing sits in these levels without going down or up. It doesn't sit in the middle of them. It sold down past the 38.2, right on the 50. If I zoom in, there's probably a wick. Yeah, it wicked on the 50. I could have seen this and saw that as a sign of strength. You can see that as a sign of strength and say, wow, this rejected severe sell pressure. But it's still in a retracement. It was still in a retracement period. The retracement hadn't broken the 38.2 line yet. You typically want to wait for a 50% before entering. The next time, I bought here and I had to watch this down. I had to watch this almost, lose almost 20%. And then I bought more. I doubled down at 12.53. I bought at 12.53. Now I averaged down, and I'm in a pretty good spot. And here we're starting to drop a little bit. I'm actually getting a little concerned about where the market's at, but that's for a different point. Actually, it's kind of looking similar to this now, where there was a couple nice big runs, and just kind of stalled for a little bit and then bounced back up. But sorry, no TA. No TA tonight. But I wanted to bring this up. I want to show this as my mistake. And this is leading in from 2 to 3, the third rule. Be honest with yourself. It is so easy right now to make money in a bull market. You hold on for a little bit longer and you make your money. Here, if you don't set a stop loss, it gives you the false sense of security that you don't need a stop loss. It gives you the false insecurity that you just hold long enough and you will make your money back, or you will make your profit. Be honest with yourself. Would you be getting wrecked in the bear market right now? Because right now I'm not doing well enough. I'm not calling things well enough. I'm not hitting the levels well enough to say that if the market wasn't this strong, would I be making money in this market? Right now the answer is probably no. Be real with yourself. It is way too easy to make money in a super strong market. The market's going to top. There's going to be a distribution phase, and there's going to be a bull trap, and then we're going to go down. The market is going to go down. It's going to turn bear. These things are cyclical. It will happen. And a lot of people who believe themselves to be traders will be out of the game, and they will be out and have no idea and not want to learn how to trade a bull market or how to trade a bear market. There are a lot of people who are, you call them fair weather fans. They are fans of the market and fair weather when it's bullish and things are going to go up forever and they're going to buy forever and they're going to make money. No. You have to learn how to short. You have to learn how to trade a bear market just like a bull market. It's a learning process. Be honest with yourself. Take your losses. Be honest with them. And know that even if you win, you could still be on the losing side of a trade because either A, you had to sit in a trade much longer than you should have and you lost money on it because your money wasn't working on something else. B, you should have set a stop loss, recollected yourself. It may not make sense to say sell to buy back in. You don't know that this happens. We don't know what goes on here. We don't know that this recovers. This is all now looking back saying that we knew this recovered. We know this dropped. We knew we could buy back in here. We don't know that. Only thing we know is that once it dropped below here, you need to get out and get your money. Get your money, get out. You might find a different trade to get into. You might find something else to get into entirely. You might come back and see this 50% drop. Instead of lower wick candle or instead of lower buy price, and you get in, maybe you get in at $100 here. Maybe you take 20 out, you take your 80 out, and you buy back in for a new 100. You're $20 down still, but you've got more of the shares. And now when this goes up, you just win more. Guys, I hope this makes sense. I hope that you understand the importance of setting good stop losses, the importance of being honest with yourself, the importance of being able to take small losses so that you don't take big losses. The key to the game is to maximize your wins and to minimize your losses. But understand that you will take losses. It's part of the game. You will take a loss. You will have wins. Maximize your wins, minimize your losses. And those are the keys. 3 rules. Bankroll management, accept small losses, and be honest with yourself. Those are my 3 primary rules. With that being said, guys, like if you liked, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Excuse me. The support has been fantastic. I appreciate it very much so. So with that being said, guys, until next time, peace.